you want to do, and then follow the experts in that field, you know. And mind you, this is a learning process for me. Even at this point, I'm still kind of learning and doing and stuff. But, you know, I've always wanted somebody to, whenever I would listen to interviews or, you know, hear people, you know, some people would just say, you can do whatever you want, and they would leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, you can, but you just have to educate yourself as much as possible about what it is to be expert in your field and try to do it, you know, really well, and make sure you love it, you know, and keep yourself fed and make sure you're not living on the street, you know, that kind of thing.
Right. You have to work hard for what you want because nobody's going to hand it to you on a silver platter. Exactly.
It's not, you know, I'm the prettiest one in my class. I'm moving to L.A. You know, there's some pretty people down here. You know, you know, I'm the fastest one in my school. Well, guess what? Everybody that's in Division I sports is fast.
Right.
So what else can separate you from that? What else can you do? You know?
I can run and do cartwheels at the same time. There you go. See?
Yep. So can all those athletes. Just got to look 10. Even from the Russian judge, 10. Just work hard, be focused, and keep going. You know, keep going.
Well, I think you should go to schools and talk to the students there. I think that's really great advice.
Yeah.
And when the parents tell them, they roll their eyes. So maybe coming from somebody like you, they wouldn't roll their eyes.
What's funny is all that parental advice, it sticks, and they'll come to realize it later. They're like, oh yeah, all that stuff my dad was blabbing about. Yeah, that's happening.
Well, that's funny you say that. My daughter is now 22 years old, and every now and again when I tell her, Olivia, do not get in the car with anybody that's drinking. You know, if there's no sober driver, you call me and I'll pick you up. I don't care what time of night it is. Of course, I'll be aggravated, but, you know, you call me. I'd rather have you safe. And she's like, Mom, I know. How many times you got to tell me? I said, well, you know, I just have to know. It sticks in your head because I tell you these things, but you never say, okay, yes, Mom, I learned that. Now I know I will not do that, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
And every now and again she'll come up with something like that. Mom, I know you told me that. Okay, well, I'm glad you were listening. So it's funny.
Right on.
But I watched your demo reel on YouTube, and I want to know what part you were playing in the beginning when you were getting ready to, I think, knock off some woman in the desert. That was intense. I didn't expect that from you.
Knock off some woman in the desert. I probably wasn't knocking off someone in the desert. That one. Oh, I know what you're talking about. That was a web series. That was from something called Satocracy 88. My good friend Deanna Nicole Baxter and my friend Brad Winderbaum wrote and created this web series, and it was the first web series to ever win a daytime Emmy.
Oh my gosh!
Really?
Yeah. And it's on a website called it'sallinyourhands.com. And I think the website's still out. Yeah, that was awesome. Deanna and I worked together years ago at a bar, and she said, I have this series that I really think you'd be great for, playing, you know, the romantic love interest of my character. And I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. I mean, because she's one of my buddies, and she's super creative, very smart woman, and they did it. And Brad, super smart guy, awesome person, and we had fun, and we were able to just be free to get it done. And then they got an Emmy Award for it. I was so proud of them, and it was just a really good thing, really cool thing.
Well, I'm definitely going to have to look that up after the show and check it out. I hope I can find it on there. And watch it.
I haven't looked at the website for a long time, but I think it's still up and running, and I think they have other programs, too, on there, a lot of good programming that they created.
Well, there's a lot of great web series out there, so you have to find the time to watch each and every one of them. And anything Crystal Chappelle touches turns to gold. You know, she just has a lot of great series herself.
Right on.
Now, how do you research for a role, like when you played the Marine on NCIS?
Sometimes if it's something that I usually start with what is common, what's universal about this person, because no matter what character you play, they're a person before anything else. You know, if there's something that I'm not able to understand, I research it. I look it up. You know, I read about it. I try to find out as much specific information about any type of references. So when I say something, I'm speaking truthfully and not just spitting out a word. then it's just a matter of, there's different ways I do it. It just depends on what kind of role it is. You know, you're going to have roles which are seemingly straightforward. You play a young father, or you play like a, you know, boyfriend, or you play a student. Well, you know what it is to be a student. You know, you may know what it is to be a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And are there those commonalities in this particular character? You use as much of that as you can. And if there's something way different, that just means more research. And if it's something that you've never done before, like if it's playing some kind of serial killer, I mean, obviously you don't want to have personal experience with having done something like that.
Right.
But then you try to look at things which are, when have you indiscriminately killed something? Well, a fly. Okay, all right. A fly. You try to work from there, or whatever, you know, can do to kind of create something that's honest and truthful. At some point, you know, it is make-believe, so it's not, I don't recommend, you know, trying to experience every single thing just because you're playing it. Like if the person's a crack addict, you probably don't need to go do crack. You know
right.
what I mean? But there's ways you can
Please
access
don't.
it. Yeah, no. Man, he was good in that role. And said he's going to go score some crack. Well, he was good anyway. You know, yeah. You just try to, it's just different things for different roles, you know.
You're right. Well, I have one more question for you before we go ahead and take a couple calls. Can you tell us anything about Savage and Hot Guys with Guns?
Oh, yeah. Savage, directed by Michael Ojeda. It's a horror film that's kind of in the vein of old 70s movies like I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, okay.
But there's a love story at the center of it. And I play a young fireman who's going to get married to his sweetheart, Zoe. And on the way from her hometown to where I am, where we're going to be living together, she gets sidetracked by a dangerous group of people. And that's all I can say about that. But
okay.
It's beautifully shot. It's very suspenseful. The effects are awesome. Really creepy feeling movie. And I imagine it's going to be coming out in later 2013. And Hot Guys with Guns is an action comedy directed by my dear friend Doug Spearman.
Yes,
fantastic action comedy. The way I kind of sum it up is, it'd be like Lethal Weapon if the two lead characters were ex-boyfriends and younger, and I think Doug actually said, and they were a little cuter. That's what Doug's words fine. So that's actually a fun action comedy, and that's going to be, we're getting ready to fly out to Miami for the East Coast debut of it with the Miami Gay and Lesbian Film Festival. That's going to be a lot of fun. Then it's going to be touring around some other film festivals. We're getting a lot of interest from many different ones, and I can't say any more about what's going on behind the scenes, other than we're going to be appearing at a lot of film festivals this year.
That's wonderful. Tell Doug congratulations when you talk to him.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys all get a chance to see it and stuff. I think you'll like it. You know,
I hope so too. That we get to see it is what I was going to say. And of course, Camar De Los Reyes is in it, and we loved him from One Life to Live. And he's also did the Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So you guys got things in common there.
I know.
Right.
Yeah. So we're getting to the top of the hour, and I'd like to go ahead and grab a couple calls if you don't mind. Do you have time?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. First up is going to be Michelle, and she's been holding this whole time. She's such a good girl. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hello. How's everyone?
Hey,
we're doing good.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to say that I love Felix.
Thank you.
The lines that he says just cracks me up, especially the one where you told Sabrina to get the bail money ready, because that's something I would say.
Oh man, I when I was rehearsing that, I saw that line. I was like, "Thank you, Ron. You guys are awesome." I was seriously like saluting them from afar, because they write me some zingers as Felix. They hook Felix up with some good lines.
It's one
really
of those
things
do.
Where, yeah. It's like those times where you think you wish you had the zinger before someone walks away.
Right.
And you have the zinger in your head much later. They write it so I get to say exactly the zinger I wish I could say right when it's supposed to be said.
I know.
So yeah.
But
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
The line where he said, "I'll get the bail money ready," that's something I would definitely say to someone.
Nice. Very cool.
I'm glad I have Michelle as a friend.
Right?
But it's just like when we're on Twitter and someone does something and I'll tweet them right back. I said, "I'll get the bail money ready," because
nice.
Because the zingers they give Felix are the best. They really are the best.
I agree. Yeah, they do such a great job with the writing for Felix. I'm really, really grateful to have such a great team of people, creating his dialogue. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be able to say that stuff.
And we're having a lot of fun watching it.
Oh, thanks, Michelle. Thank you.
This is my first nurse's ball, so this is like the biggest treat for me because I've only heard about the nurse's ball, but I've never experienced it.
Oh, and you had a good time?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely. I'm watching it tonight on SoapNet.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. All right, Pam, David, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on your show. And here again, keep following the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Good night, everybody.